Welcome to the first NEMO virtual conference. My name is Mathieu Rampant. Those who don't know me yet, most of you probably have at least heard my name. I'm a software architect at Prometheus Computing, and we have been supporting the development of NEMO at NIST for a little while now, 2.5 years or so. So I want to start by thanking you all for attending. We've been pretty happy with the number of people who signed up. We'll see how many actually make it there. But it's been pretty good. And I wanted to especially thank the panelists that are here today and that have agreed to and accepted to share their experience with NEMO. I think it'd be very useful to hear a little bit from different people and different ways of using it. Our goal here, with this conference and in general, is to bring more awareness around NEMO and who is using it around the world, really, because some people are using it in other countries, and how they're using it. What you can do with NEMO, really, because the possibilities are, endless, really. You can modify it any way you want, and we'll see some of that with some of the way some of the other universities and labs have been using it. We also, part of this is also we'd like to expand the community to have new people, kind of see that, we can all contribute different things to NEMO. There's been a decent number of contributions, especially over the past year or so. And so, we'd like to facilitate kind of the sharing of those ideas, sharing of information, processes, different ways to do things, and ultimately make it more flexible and avoid as much as possible repetition. So if somebody is already doing something somewhere with NEMO, then at least be aware of it and see if somebody can borrow it or make it in a way as a plugin or other that could be useful to everybody. So just help each other out, really. So this is our first time doing this. So, I ask that you just bear with us. I hope we won't have too many technical difficulties or others, but, if it happens, just please be patient. We'll try to fix things, but hopefully there won't be any issues like that. The way, we're gonna walk during this virtual event is that we'll have panelists that are gonna present their version of NEMO, the way they're using it, and we'll ask that you use the Q&A to the Q&A feature here in Zoom. So you should be able to see it, and that you use that to ask questions. The panelists will, it's going to be up to them as they are presenting their material, if they want to answer the question as they arrive, or towards the end, if they want to just reserve some time to just kind of go over a few of those questions and answer them. Unfortunately, we'll see, but not all the questions might get answered. So I put here a few links for the resources there where you could find a lot of answers. Really, there's a feature manual that has been added this past year that has just a lot of information. So if you're looking for something specific, take a look there. If we don't have time today to answer some of your questions, look over there. GitHub has a lot of information too. You can start discussions on GitHub as well. We have a Google group forum that you can also go to, where people typically go to ask questions, whether technical or others, around NEMO. And also we have our website, the nemo.prometheuscomputing.com, where you can find information about other services around NEMO, and also we have FAQs and a few other links and other information you can find there. So don't hesitate to check those out if you want to learn more about NEMO. I'm gonna recap real quick. You probably all have seen it already, but what we'll go through today and who is going to be talking. We have NIST, the CNST NanoFab, the Center for nanoscale science and technology. We'll have a presentation there. We'll talk a little bit about how NEMO came to be, and I'll be talking about the features NEMO and doing a little demo so you all can see what it looks like and how it's set up. Then we'll have another version. It's also used at NIST in another center, the NIST Center for Neutron Research, and they're using it a bit differently. Theirs is named Bruce, as far as I recall, it was Bruce, and they have just a different version of it. So they'll show us kind of how they're using NEMO, what they changed in it. We'll have a little break, and then we'll have a pretty big presentation from Penn State, who have also kind of branched out and made their own version of NEMO. Theirs is called Leo. So that's going to be yet another flavor of NEMO that you'll be able to see. And to finish with the facility presentations, we'll have a presentation by the Louisiana State University, the nanofabrication facility, and they have been using NEMO as is. So this is just going to be another example of you can modify it, but you can also use it the way we use it at NIST, or maybe configure differently, but use the same version and kind of stay on the main sort of branch. So I think that'll give a good idea of what can be done really with NEMO and its flexibility. And we'll have another break, second break. And after that, I'll be talking about plugins that we've developed over the past year. Specifically, there's two plugins that I'll be talking about, one for authentication and one for billing, that we've had a lot of kind of interest, a lot of people asking for those type of features in NEMO. And so Mathieu's computing kind of took over some of the development of those plugins. So I'll talk a little bit about that, and we'll have an open session at the end, about 20 minutes, if I recall, where we'll just be answering questions. So we'll kind of look at the questions that come up in the Q&A and some of the stuff that hasn't been answered yet. And we'll talk about that.